OpenAI's GPT-3 language model has become incredibly powerful worldwide. In case you didn't know this model is the basis for the viral sensation known as ChatGPT. If you are having trouble with coding, ChatGPT can help you. Just explain the problem statement and ChatGPT can generate a code snippet just for you. But ChatGPT can do more than just coding. It can also create short bedtime stories for kids with simple language and easy to follow plots. Additionally, this ChatGPT is often referred as Google Killer because it is great at explaining complex concepts. You can ask ChatGPT to explain difficult topics like quantum computing, and it has the ability to clear any doubts you may have. So, whether you need coding assistance or you want to explore different subjects, ChatGPT is there to help you. However, everything comes with a few drawbacks. Here, the main drawback of ChatGPT is insane cost. This is the cost associated with developing and maintaining ChatGPT, which can be very high. Analysts and technology experts estimate that training a large language model such as GPT-3 or ChatGPT could cost over $4 million or 32 crore Indian rupees. With that much amount of money, in India, you can buy a 6 BHK luxurious sea-facing flat in Marine Lines, and with the remaining money, you can still purchase 10 Land Rover Defender 130X. To understand this significant cost of $4 million or 32 crore Indian rupees and the extensive infrastructure needed to train and maintain a model like ChatGPT, it is really important to understand what existed before ChatGPT. So, before OpenAI's ChatGPT gained global recognition for its impressive sentence generation, there was a small startup which is called as Latitude that amazed users with its AI dungeon game. This game allowed people to use AI to craft imaginative stories based on their prompts or inputs. But as AI Dungeon grew in popularity, Latitude CEO Mr. Nick Walton noticed that the expenses for maintaining the text-based role-playing game started to increase rapidly. AI Dungeon relied on text generation software which was provided by GPT language technology and which was provided by OpenAI. So this OpenAI is Microsoft supported AI research lab, right? So the more people played AI Dungeon, the higher the bill that Latitude has to pay to OpenAI. Now, during its peak in 2021, Latitude had to spend around $200,000 or 1 crore Indian rupees per month for OpenAI's generative AI software and AWS or Amazon Web Services. This insane amount of $200,000 was really necessary to handle large number of user queries they received per day or every day. The high cost faced by Latitude due to their AI builds highlight an important reality about the recent surge in generative AI technologies. Now, developing and keeping up with this software can be extremely expensive. Not only for the companies creating the underlying technologies, but also for those using AI to enhance their own software. To simplify it for you, it can be quite pricey to create and maintain these advanced AI systems, whether you are a company behind them or the one who is using them in your own software. Large companies like Microsoft, Meta, which is formerly known as Facebook, and Google leverage their significant resources to establish a strong position in technology that smaller companies or smaller competitors find challenging to match. Now coming back to ChatGPT, training a ChatGPT or a GPT-3 comes at a hefty price of more than $4.6 million, utilizing Tesla V100 cloud instance and taking up to 9 days of training time. Now just imagine how much big the infra is needed. The cost of training and running large language models is significantly higher compared to previous computing advancements or previous traditional machine learning advancements. Even after building or training the software or model, running these models require extensive computing power because they perform billions of computations or calculations for each response they generate. In contrast, serving web pages or web apps involves much less of a computation. Furthermore, these calculations, which is needed by large language models, they require specialized hardware. While traditional computer processors can handle machine learning models, they are much slower in comparison with GPUs. Most training and inference now rely on graphics processors, known as GPUs or graphical processing units. which were originally designed for 3D gaming. However, they have become a standard for AI applications due to the ability to perform numerous simple calculations, but that too simultaneously or parallelly. NVIDIA is a leading provider of GPUs or graphics processing units for the AI industries. Scientists and researchers who develop these models often numerously refer to intense computational demands of their work, joking that they can literally melt GPUs. According to analysts and technologists, training a large language model like OpenAI GPT-3 could cost more than $4 million. More advanced models can reach costs up to high single-digit millions. For example, Meta's or Facebook's recent Llama model used 2048 NVIDIA A100 GPUs and took around 21 days to train on 1.4 trillion tokens. This training process consumed approximately 1 million or 10 lakh GPU hours, in which the dedicated prices from AWS would amount up to about $2.4 million or 19 crore Indian rupees. Despite being smaller than OpenAI's current GPT models like ChatGPT-3, which has 175 billion parameters, Meta's model requires significant computation resources. Clement, CEO of AI startup Hugging Face, mentioned that training their Bloom large language model took over 2.5 months and needed access to supercomputer, which was equivalent to about 500 GPUs. Now we have trained the model, right? Now we have trained the large language model. But what about inference cost or prediction cost? When using a trained machine learning model to make predictions or generate text, there is a process called as inference. Surprisingly, this process can be more expensive than training because it may need to run millions of times, especially for popular products. For instance, a widely used product like ChatGPT, which is estimated to have about 100 million monthly active users in January, could have cost about OpenAI $40 million or 328 crore Indian rupees just to process the numerous prompts people entered into the software during that month. The cost can rise even higher when these tools are used billions and billions amount of time per day. Financial analysts estimate that Microsoft's Bing AI chatbot powered by OpenAI GPT model requires infrastructure of at least $4 billion or 32,809 crores to handle all the responses for Bing users. Currently, people rely on NVIDIA GPU for most of their inference tasks. These GPUs are quite expensive, especially the DGX systems. However, there is a challenge when it comes to inference workloads. If the workload suddenly increases, GPU capacity cannot keep up with that amount of load. GPUs are primarily designed for training and graphics acceleration. GPUs were never designed for handling such spikes in user demand. Now GPUs are very expensive, power hungry, and the architecture is optimized for parallel processing, which is more beneficial during training phase. Several startups are now creating a specialized hardware to improve efficiency of inferencing tasks. Some notable examples include GraphCore, which develops AI processors called as IPUs that speed up both training and inferencing. There is another startup called as Habana Labs, which is focused on developing inference processors that offer high performance and energy efficiency for data centers as well as for cloud environment. The next popular startup is Cerebras Systems, known for its large-scale processors designed for AI workload including inferencing. Also, there is one startup which is called as Mythic, is developing AI chips that aim to deliver high performance with low power consumption, especially for inferencing. These startups, among others, are dedicated to create hardware solutions that optimize and accelerate the inferencing tasks, addressing the limitations of GPU in this particular area. To end this video, I want to give you one interesting news. There are two AI chip startups. The first one is called as NeoChips and second one is called as SIMA, SIMA. They have outperformed NVIDIA GPU in the latest MLF-Perf AI inference benchmarks. These startups showcase superior performance per watt in data recommendations and edge image classification tasks, surpassing NVIDIA's H100 and Jetson's AGX Orion scores respectively. Additionally, Qualcomm's Cloud A100 demonstrated favorably powerful efficiency compared to NVIDIA H100 in various metrics. These results indicate that these AI chip startups are making strides in delivering efficient and powerful solutions for AI inference tasks. If you have watched video till now, please like this video, comment on this video for your feedback, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys.